I recently finally got permission from my Viking Knit teacher, Dana. Her SCI name is Dabasa, not Inishmore. Sorry if I said that wrong. I think it's right. Dabasa, so it's like Mufasa, not Inishmore. So Dabasa, Inishmore. Yeah, anyway, she taught me Viking Knit when I joined the SCA because I had joined her house. And so I've been working with it for like a year or over a year because I've been in the SCA about a year and a half. So she taught me like a little bit after I had joined. Not paid membership joined, I just had joined their house. And I've been working with it for a while now. And she gave me permission to teach this coven that I teach for. And I had like, I don't know, I think like 6 people sign up, and then, but only 3 people were there. But I'm really glad. At first I was like, oh, nobody came to my class. But then again, it was on a Thursday night. And this coven has classes like almost every single night. It seems like covens are, or this coven has classes or rituals or different things like every day. It seems like they're starting to really get their roots in. And well, they've had roots for a while, but I mean, like, it seems like they're really starting to grow right now. But I had just recently started working with them again. I'm not part of the coven really because I work by myself, but I've known them for so long, the leaders, that um, they let me come in and teach, and I go to some of their rituals and stuff, but it's not my path. But I still enjoy um, going back to my roots, I guess, because I started on this path when I was 12, like officially pagan path when I was 12. And so a lot of stuff they're doing is stuff that I had started with, so it's still comfortable for me. It's just not what I do in my personal practice. Anyway, 3 people were there, and so it was Mama Gaia, her wife Nana, which is Nikki, and Mama Gaia's Lorraine, and then this newcomer to our group who's new to the spirituality as well, named Jessica. And she's like new to Wicca and everything. She said she's read a lot, but she's like a solitary practitioner, never gone to a ritual, never done anything. So it's cool that she still came out for this though, and I guess she has either Scandinavian or Germanic background too, so I think that's part of the reason why she was interested in it. And she got it the best. Like, she didn't need that much assistance. So her very first Viking knit looked better than mine. I pulled up on my iPod. I pulled up the comparison between my first Viking knit and Dana as my teacher. Her Viking knit, not her very first one, but her Viking knit that she was working on, it was bad. Jessica's was a lot better than mine. So I wanted to show them how terrible I was when I first started, because I wanted them to see that, like, it does take practice and you have to work with it. I'm still not perfect. Dana's lines are absolutely perfect on her wooden dowel. Mine are not. I mean, they're straight, but they're not absolutely uniform perfect like Dana's seems to be. But when you pull through the draw plate, it all evens up and looks really good. But Dana does like perfection from start to finish. So I don't know how many years she's been working on it though. And she also, I work a lot quicker, but she works slower but more precise. When you pull through the draw plate, I don't think it really matters all that much. I have to look at her work again. And hers is better than mine still. But that's why I always, on my listings on Etsy, and when I tell people, when I'm selling them to people in person, I usually talk about her because I have to give her kudos for teaching me. And if they also maybe send them to her. But she's in Escondido, so it's like 45 minutes away, so that doesn't always work. But anyway, so 2 of the women, one, when she did her knit, she made her loop so tiny and so tight that she couldn't get the things behind them. Like her little, when she was adding another loop. I don't know how she got them so tight. She said she has a really, when she crochets or knits, I forget which one she does hers like incredibly small, like her little loops. And I don't know how she didn't cut her finger wide open pulling the wire this tight. I wear like little leather finger protectors. So, and then another person couldn't really get it, but it was weird because she is probably the most badass. I forgot what she is. She has knitting and crochet, but I forgot which one she prefers. I think it's crochet. Baddest crocheter I've ever met in person, because she whips things out incredibly fast and it looks perfect. She made it half for my sister. I was sitting there for like an hour just talking to her and she was knitting or crocheting away. And I was like, oh, it was before I had a job. And I was like, I don't know what to get my baby sister. She loves yellow. I don't know what to make her. And she just was like, pop, 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 pop. Here's a hat. And I was like, oh my God, how did you make that? It was perfect. So she's really quick and she's really good. Like, I don't know. And it's funny because her hands go numb too, because she has like arthritis and carpal tunnel. So when she's working, her hands are going numb. So I feel like she's just like almost goes into a trance state and just like makes these things in this like other, while her mind is on this other plane or something. It's ridiculous, but it's really cool. But anyway, she didn't get it all too well, but because we found out the problem was that she's left-hand dominant. So we had to try, and it was really difficult for me because I work with my right hand, and I hold it with the left hand, so I'm working this way, you know, so around. Where she's trying to go this way with her left hand. And I couldn't figure out how to go backwards. Like, it was really difficult for me. So she got her first loop, her first row perfect. It was the second row that wasn't really working. But it was fine because it is something that takes practice, and she's learning a different way to do it compared to how I'm teaching her. She's trying to teach herself a different way because she can't work it the way that I'm teaching, you know? I mean, the direction that I'm teaching. So she didn't give up, though. She cut all the stuff off and she tried again. And it didn't come out again, but I'm going to try and work with her if she wants to. But then again, I kind of gave up when she tried to teach me knit and crochet. She tried to teach me crochet. Her wife tried to teach me knit. I can't. It's going to be something that I'm going to have to be forced to do. I really do not understand it. And I was getting so mad when I was working on it. But anyway, so I'm like, it's okay. You don't need to be good at Viking knit because you're completely badass at crochet and how come I'm forgetting the word? Crochet and knitting. I was thinking, I was about to say yarning. You're really good at yarning. But anyway, yeah. So it was a good class. And I'm glad that there's only 3 students because I had to work with them each individually to show them. So next time I think I'm going to have a pamphlet or something. I just didn't want to like print out, steal somebody else's work. And like, here's a handout that somebody else made. I wish I could draw so I could make my own, or I'm thinking of trying to take pictures somehow of the different steps, but I'm making my own worksheet. But I don't know if I'm ever going to teach this again, so I don't know if that's worth the work or not. But maybe if I did it with Dana or something, we could use the same worksheet, and we could both work on it together and make one. I don't know. I think she already has a worksheet, though. But anyway. So yeah, so it was a good class. It was interesting. And I know when Nikki, when she left for work after the class, she asked for some more wire, and when we went to go drop her phone off because she had forgotten her phone at the house, she was saying, like, I'm already done with it, it's so much fun, I have one piece I gotta fix, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do me give you more wire? She's like, no, because I need these tools, and blah, and she was, like, happy about it. I was like, wow, cool. So I think she's gonna make her wife a bracelet or a necklace or something, I'm not quite sure. But, the other girl was really good, too, Jessica, so, I hope she gets into it more. She talked about she actually seen it at a craft fair, and I was a little upset because I was like, ugh, why is it a fad now? Like, when I got into it, it is actually a medieval craft. The Vikings or the Norse people really made these things, the Norse wire weaving. And then when I got into it, right after I got into it, it became a fad. Like, it's one of those things like, I know it's really mean of me to say this, but it's like it's all the housewives that are bored and have a little bit of money to spare. They go into these different jewelry making fads. Not everybody, but I know it's really bad of me to say, but like every time I go on Fire Mountain Gems, there's like some new fad. I never buy really from them because they're kind of overpriced, but sometimes I can't find things. So I'll price compare there or try and look there. And there's always like something new. I still get their little magazine thing too, which is sometimes interesting to look at because I'm like, ooh, I want to get this. But usually most of it's too like shiny. Like, yeah, let's make it look like fake diamonds and put sequins on everything. Yay! And I'm like, no, that's not me. But so I know, like, right when I got into it, those dumb beads are huge. They're like this big. Not really, I'm exaggerating. You just put them on a chain and wear them, and it's like jewelry making. I'm like, that's not jewelry making. Like, you put some beads on a string, and you didn't even do anything else. You didn't even put your own clasps on or anything. That's not jewelry making. I mean, it is technically, I guess, but it's like there's no effort into it, you know. So some of the stuff I make is pretty simple, but people want simple on Etsy. It's weird. Like, I just want one tiny pendant on a chain. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. You know, on my Mina's Apothecary. Not so much on the Well and Spindle. But, I don't really sell much jewelry on there. They usually go for, like, my oils were probably the best seller after my Bath and Body stuff. Or are the best seller. But, so then it became a fad, like, and everybody was doing it. And I look at it, and they pay no attention to the history, no attention to the properties of the metal that they're working with, nothing. They just make these jewelries, like these bracelets, and they'll add chain and diamonds, fake diamonds, and other crap. And I was like, I feel like they're, like, ruining this beautiful, I don't know, like, art form almost. Because it's, like, so time-consuming, and you can just, like, go into it. Like, when you're working on it, you just kind of, like, give yourself over to it, because it takes so long that, like, it starts to become part of you, almost like you're just moving with it. But anyway, I don't know. Mine are pretty simple and plain, and I'll be making some new stuff. But, yeah, anyway. I went on a ramble, and then I lost it. So anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I'm going to make some more right now. Ooh.